algorithm. We will be having a lot of information available, and we will be training the model for specific kind of problems.
True, true. Anybody else want to add?
So, in case of classical AI, it's trying to mimic how human learns, right? It is trying to
True.
act intelligent. But when you are talking about data-driven AI, you are actually creating a separate type of intelligence which learns by itself, right? And that is machine learning, right?
Yeah, it's a more abstractive and extractive, explicit
Uh,
and implicit. So
yeah.
in knowledge, it's a more of explicit thing you're doing, and in data, it's a implicit. Data is again a knowledge kind of thing, right? So implicitly, model has to get adopted. So I see AI as a very, very with a simple perspective. I don't know if people will want to know it now. So how it all started, it's a rule thing. So I says rule is still above everything, right? So classical AI or whatever you're saying, knowledge-based AI, what is the logic? It's more of writing a program for that, right? So y equals to what are f of x in simple term. So x, how it will be processed, is very easily. But in data driven, you just give x and y, and it will
You disconnected, sir.
So, are you saying something? We're
Sir,
not able
you
to get.
disconnected.
Yeah, I'm not audible.
Who was the person responsible for calling?
Yeah, it was me, but I think he was already on the meet screen, so he might have noticed it as well. So let's wait for 1 2 minutes for he to get connected. If he doesn't, then I will call him. All right.
Okay. Um,
I'm really sorry, my internet is getting, So what I was talking about, I was talking about classical AI and data driven AI, right?
yes, sir. You asked
Yeah.
us
So
to define.
yeah, so I to asked you to do differentiate between them. I think we were there at that time, right? Uh, yeah, Priyansu, please go ahead. Will the session will end at 9 or will it be extended? No, today it will not be extended. I'll just give you the overview of what and how the TAs will help without the course. So it will end in 15 minutes more, right? 15 to 20 minutes. We will see how we'll go about it. Yeah,
Um,
so someone was asking, was it Priyanshu? You raised your hand.
Sorry, sir. By mistakenly it happened.
Okay, cool. So
um,
those who are comfortable in any other language, they can talk. Hindi, I'm completely comfortable with. So जैसे हिंदी बोलना है कि मन हो हिंदी बोलना चाहते हैं, they can unmute and talk, no issue. हाँ, yeah, please go ahead. So I was talking about the classical AI and data-driven AI. So I was saying I see AI with the very very simple terms. If I say it's a set of rules. Hmm. So what I'm saying, classical AI is like a y of fx, and you know what to do with fx. But in data driven, you are finding y to x to y mapping, but you don't know what to do with the fx. It's implicitly model is learning out of it. But in a classical AI, it's more of an explicit thing. You For x to y, how it is happening, there are four rules. How x being converted to y. For simple example, let's say you want to make a classical model which will say whether today it will rain or not, right? So what parameters you usually consider? Humidity, temperature. What else? Let's say these two variables only, humidity and temperature. So in classical AI, what will happen? You will have the set of four rules. If humidity will greater than and temperature will greater than threshold one, threshold two, it will rain. If it will be less than this range, if it will less than this, something like a four rules, then it will rain or not rain. When you give a new set of parameter, will it rain today or not? Today's temperature is 25 degree and the humidity is so and so. It will say yes or no, right? And so you are saying it's a classical AI saying whether it will rain or not, right? So this is finding, going through four set of rules. Manoj, yeah, is it relevant to this
Sir, are
question?
you sharing the presentation, sir?
No, I'm not sharing. Currently, just giving an overview.
Okay, sir. Okay.
So,
Sir, can you
yeah, please.
share your presentation slides with us?
Yeah, but this rain example is not there.
Ah, okay,
I'm
sir. But
saying.
uh, others, like you were explaining previously, the medical diagnosis.
Oh, that time I was sharing a screen. Was it not visible that time?
Ah, that was visible, sir. That slides, can you share it with us?
Yep, sure.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, so please try to focus on the examples which I'm giving. I was saying classical AI to data-driven AI. So I think you got the point. You initial we had four rules. If humidity will be greater than this, temperature will be greater than this, it will rain. Humidity will be less than this, and temperature would be this. It's like a set of four or five rules. And when you are giving a news, whether today it will rain or not, today's temperature is 45 degree and humidity is so and so. It will say yes and no. Finally, you are getting, okay, my model is saying it will rain. Fine. So what has happened? Whatever the data you have given, it is going through a set of rules, and which one has been triggered, it depends on the parameter you give. True. So this is, you can perceive it as a classical AI, and what is data driven AI? You have hundreds of the samples where each rows or each sample is like or temperature and humidity, and there is another class, rain or not, right? Zero and one thing. And finally you are making a model, that's a neural network, putting it over it, and it is finding what would be the fx, which will be like w1 into x1 plus w2 into x2, and finally it is going over some activation. Does it make sense, or do you have any other questions? Someone is putting something in chat box. Is the word classical AI is known, or is it in the lecture video? It's used in lecture videos, I guess, classical AI. Yeah, so this is the difference between what. was the machine learning earlier, what was the classical AI or the symbolic AI, and what is today, what is the data-driven AI, right? So if you got the difference, please do +1. So I take everything with a very simplistic thing. Take intuition wise, and then finally do complexity over it. So try to make things very simple. Yeah, S Neem, you have any question?
Yes, sir. The professor mentioned the term the logic-based AI, but I
Hmm.
don't think he explained it like gave a definition or something. Can you like explain what logic-based AI means and how is it
Yeah,
different from other AIs, or is it the knowledge-based and logic-based same thing?
AI is AI, and no, and whatever AI method you are following in different era is knowing it as a classical AI, logic AI, and so on and so forth, data-driven AI. AI is AI. Everything is coming under AI, but what methodology you are following it for that, it is making it as a ABC AI, something like that, right? So I was talking about the classical or the logic AI, right? You know the logic, you know what will happen with that input, and finally it will get processed with the output. So those things are the classical AI. But now we have a lot of data, and finally we are going with it and making model over it implicitly. So finally it is learning those set of rules, and model is performing over it. So this is what you usually rule based system or the classical AI, logic AI. You can put everything in these three things or four things in one bucket. Means you can call it as like a before neural network and after neural network, something like that. Just distinction which I was giving.
And what about the probabilistic AI? This was also a term used by the professor, but he didn't really give any definition of it.
Oh, is it so? In first lecture or second one?
No, it's in the last lecture. He mentioned the term logic-based AI and probabilistic AI, but didn't give a definition.
Probabilistic based AI is something you are doing ABC with that, and you are giving some outcome and
Oh, sorry, it
out.
was Bayesian AI. I think it was Bayesian model, or it was probabilistic model. I
Very
don't know.
interesting. Bayesian model is something very interesting. Bayes theorem.
Yeah, I know Bayes theorem, of course.
Yeah. So it's based on the Bayes theorem only. So what is idea? Idea is like we have, let's say, X is your input and Y is the region of interest, right? So Bayes theorem says P of X given Y is like whatever you have the formula, those things. P of Y X into P of X by this maximum likelihood into confidence by that term. So Bayes theorem says I used a Bayesian theorem or the Bayes uh, probabilistic thing in my one of my research work. Is like from X you want to point out Y, but given the X, whatever Y you are able to get it, can you guess again X from it or not? Can you able to regenerate it or not? Like going in a backward manner, right? So this is the main intuition about the Bayesian theorem or the Bayes learning based, machine learning, Bayesian machine learning. So this is very popular term. You must explore it, and I in my lecture I'll cover it if you people are interested.
Yes, sir.
So would it be right to say that a Bayesian logic-based AI cannot learn from data?
Logic based AI cannot learn. No, obviously no. It has been designed in such a way that it cannot.
Okay, so
It's
it will be
uh,
right statement, right?
mhm. Because you have designed it as in a deterministic way. You are not putting unstructured data over it. So, but these models, whatever you're talking about, the neural network and those things, they are designed in such a way that it can handle end-to-end model. Those things, feature engineering there, but here it's not required. So this lecture I didn't cover any content here because I want to make it very simple, just a kind of introduction to you and me and how we'll go about it. What we'll cover the session. Even you can suggest me these concepts. You people want to go in depth. I'll definitely cover them. Otherwise, what my idea would be, let's say week one I am teaching. Next week I'll just summarize the week one, whatever professor has taught you. I'll take some peculiar concept you people have missed. Those things I'll do, and the quiz based things I'll try to focus on, so that you'll be quite sure to answer those questions. So this will be my approach to go ahead. Second, you can suggest.
Sir, you are stuck.
Sir, shall I ask a common question?
Yeah, I think Sir has got disconnected again. Now, yeah, you can go ahead. I have completed the week one, so I think I could try.
Sir, there are four online courses, right?
Mm-hmm.
With different timing.
Mm-hmm.
So is it okay if I attend any one of the courses for one particular week, or should I attend all the four courses?
It
So
doesn't matter.
I didn't
Like,
got you. Yeah, yeah. In timing regarding what? In the timing for exam or what?
no, sir, the ongoing online courses, including this one.
Mm.
Live sessions. Are you talking about live sessions, right?
Yeah, yes, sir, yes, sir.
So there are
Yes,
two.
sir already told that they will synchronize the content so you can join your comfortable time session.
So out of the four, I can just attend one, right?
Yes.
No, I think the uh, this one and the another one which he talked about before him, both are about the same content. But I don't know about the tomorrow's one and the Sunday one. Will they have the same content, or are they four together synchronizing, or just two of them who were today they are synchronizing? Because it might be possible that tomorrow also he is there. We will clarify upon that, or we will get to know about after joining tomorrow as well. One thing I would like to clear Asnim about. I don't remember your name, brother.
It's
Mm,
surname, Aisha.
yeah, sure name. So you asked about can we merge logic and which AI logic and probability based now.
Yeah, I think the professor mentioned something like Markov chains are used to merge logic and probabilistic AI.
Definitely. He had talked about his assistant professor or something in his college as well, who was trying, and they were writing articles and research papers on how to merge two different subsets of AI, be it logic AI as well as the Bayesian
Yes.
AI. Yeah, definitely. And other stuffs like merging logic-based AI with convolutional neural network and stuff like are also going in research domain. Means multiple people are trying to get the best out of it, as I had also learned from the Mosam sir course, and I had also read somewhere, because look, the chat gpt also had some errors with it. So can we combine the logic based stuff which we know deterministically, like f equal to ma is a defined thing. We don't need to we don't need to brush upon it or debate upon that. For the classical, I'm just talking about as a fact thing, like f equal to ma, or let's say e equal to mc square for better clarity. So that's a defined thing. So can we hard code that information along with the uncertainty and probabilistic feature or parallel computation kind of stuff of convolutional neural network as well as Bayesian stuff? So these things I think are already going on in the research scale, or might have some success as well in the industry domain, but we don't know what's behind. Just like chat gpt, because without logic or without certainty, how does it codes a proper stuff? Means just like we were talking about github copilot. So we already know that deterministically this code will generate the particular output. At the same time it's also trying to, so something like that. I think that research to merge various domains is already going on. Just like we humans are intelligent, and we already are both, means logic based as well as consciousness kind of stuff, that we can parallelly think and we can also learn from data, stuff like that. So that's my take.
Yeah, Vaskar, as I initially said, there is nothing like ABC AI. So it's the phases where people has follows a particular method, right? And combining them is a more of an ensemble method. So whatever you're saying, it's true, but in logical term, it's not like a merging two AI. So these terms might be confusing for a few people. So it's more of a exploiting those two information together. So AI cannot be merged. AI is the one umbrella, and everything falls under that, right? So knowledge infusion thing, as you said, logic, or 2 plus 2 would be 4 or something like that. F equals to ma. So these are known as the knowledge infusion. So why model you expect model to expect learn those things from data if you know it? Whatever I said in my first slide, human learning principle. If I touch fire, whether it's coming from Dia or it's coming from somewhere else, I'll get hurt. Right? So this is the fact. Right. So those things putting with the model is now becoming trending. It's known as a knowledge infused learning, whatever the Professor Mawson is saying, right? So how you can put those information, make sure that models get out of it, rather than relying that it will learn everything out of the data itself. Can we make its task more easy? Can we do that? So if someone is saying, "Hey, it's 2 a.m. and still I'm working," so model may not think what is the problem with the 2 a.m. People work at the 2 a.m. It's okay. He don't know. It don't know. So, but if it has some kind of knowledge or bias things that this is the sleeping time, it can get okay. It's a negative emotion, something like
Got it, sir.
that. Yeah. So this is how it goes. So I was talking about how what will be the structure of my course, this auxiliary course. Obviously, Professor Marshall, what I was saying, we'll just go in line with that. Try to make whatever you might be missing there, we might try to capture it. So what I'll do, every week session I'll try to summarize slide or the content here has taught in this week. So for example, this should be week one should be covered here, but I couldn't able to cover today. I wanted to make it just like an introductory thing to introduce what you do and what I do, so and what I and what it would lead to, just a broad umbrella. So by next week I'll cover week two my will cover week one of his lecture. Week three will cover week two, summarize it, and also something I'll try to focus so that you can answer those quiz questions easy. So these things, two things will be my main motivation, and in between you people can give suggest few topics which you find difficult. I'll try to cover those things. So this is with the outline. So if anyone have any suggestion or remark, you can go ahead.
So we can do one thing is that after a deadline of assignment, we can discuss upon the assignment questions, because many times I have found that just like the first week assignment, that there are two objective questions and they are quite confusing or something like that. Multiple answers should be correct. So we can go ahead. We can discuss upon the same, that why one answer should be correct. Because from week two and onwards, there will be difficult questions, more difficult questions related to the concept of artificial intelligence, rather than just being the intro to AI. So that I would like to suggest. We can have a session regarding the assignment
True.
as well.
Definitely. So yeah. So if I'm talking about, let's say, week two, and week two quiz answer has been released, I'll try to cover its solution as
So will you share the PPT notes in WhatsApp group which you have
well.
taken
Will
today?
make. I'm still not sure whether that whatever the Google group you are saying, whether it's accessible to TAs or not. If it's sure, we'll communicate every official information there itself. But for a few days, I'll join the WhatsApp so that the information will be consistent and everything. So someone has shared the what was that link to me, and I'll join it. Are people, is everyone there, or some other WhatsApp group is also there?
There are some 150 members in the WhatsApp group, sir. They have joined all in that.
Okay, okay. So I'll join the same group, and until the information on become more stable, I'll try to at least post everything there.
Yeah, okay, sir.
Have you asked other TAs also to join? Who was moderator, Dheeraj or some? What is his name?
So,
Forgot.
so are you asking about WhatsApp
Yeah,
group
yeah,
moderator?
Bhaskar, Bhaskar.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you are the one who take care, na?
Hmm. I can share you the link, and you can then forward it to any TA or whomever you
Yeah,
want to join.
Bhaskar, have you also asked other TA to join the group?
So I'm not in contact with any others.
Okay,
Just
okay.
in.
I'll put.
All right,
Fine.
sounds good.
Okay. Yes, Yuvani, you raised your hand. Do you have any question?
Sir, please share a WhatsApp link.
Yeah. So Bhaskar, can you put it in chat box now? And also, I am putting my LinkedIn ID. I used to be very active there. So if anyone has
All
or
right.
personal thing, they can also reach me through the LinkedIn message.
Sir, is there any grace period allowed for the assignments? I mean, if
Is there
we missed
any
out,
gray space?
grace period. I mean, if we missed out in the stipulated
No, no, no.
time.
It's a very automatic. It's very automatic.
So that means what would be the impact in terms of if we miss out any of the assignments or a couple of them?
Yeah, it will impact your final grade. So final grade calculation, whatever it is, like let's say 70% of the final one, not 77, 50%. I'm not sure about that number, but I'm just giving you this 50% with your regular assignment and 50% the final one. So there you might miss those numbers.
I
And
think you can miss two assignments. Only the for the top 10 assignments are counted for the grade. So you can afford missing two without affecting. I
Okay,
think so.
thank you.
Just confirm. Like, don't take my word for it.
yeah, but try to cover everything. It will may lead to some, additional thing. It's more of a brownie point. Don't miss anything. Yep. So he has put the WhatsApp link in chat box. So please join it. And I also put my LinkedIn ID there. So those will be there. If someone has some doubt, I'll be there. Yeah. I also want to go for dinner. Ajit. Okay. We'll talk again. So if anyone have any concern, they can also reach to Bhaskar, and Bhaskar can convey the same to me. Because putting everything in WhatsApp group will be again a messy thing. So right.
Okay.
Okay. So do you have anyone have any particular concern and question now, or we can end the session for today?
Sir, I was a bit concerned about some numerical questions in assignment two. I wonder if
Assignment two. Yeah.
I wonder
So
if there can be more, explanation regarding that.
okay. So that usually I don't take personal requests like that. So what I'll do, as I said, if I'm teaching week one material, week two material, first I'll complete week one quiz when it will be solution will be given like that. But if someone has a special request and they want to discuss few particular type of question, they can email me. I am putting my email ID in chat box, and I can find some time to do that. Yep, I have put it into chat box.
Thanks a lot, sir. Really
Okay.
appreciate it.
Okay. So please try to be in touch with the course, because you'll find a lot of courses here and there. Don't go here and there. Just stick with it. I am giving guarantee you'll get a lot value out of it. Professor Mason is obviously he's one of those. Okay then. So we'll conclude at this time, and we'll meet again next week. Bye.
So,
Have a great day.
bye bye, sir.
Thank you.
One more thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, if any student has little bit of question regarding NPTEL and stuff, I am here. You can ask me. I am also. I had all around taken 18 plus certified NPTEL courses, so I am quite accustomed
Okay, sure,
to.
sure. So I'll leave the session, and Bhaskar would be there. If
Mhm.
someone have very basic question about the NPTEL, he
Mm.
can
Yep,
take it from
definitely.
there. But no official
Sir.
announcements would be done by Bhaskar. So if you are taking something, you need to get it confirmed by your NPTEL TAs or NPTEL, official email ID, whatever given. Even NPTEL TAs don't have complete information as of now, but those things you need to take it official permission. But he has done already a lot of courses, and he has a quite good exposure. He can guide you definitely.
Definitely. Yeah.
Okay, bye.
So you can ask for me
Yeah,
so that we
bye.
can have